The year is 1590. The place, Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. This island was chosen for its strategic location and promising resources, a beacon of hope for the English settlers seeking a new life in the New World. John White, a seasoned explorer, returns to the fledgling English colony he helped establish 3 years prior. He had left behind over 100 men, women and children, including his own daughter and granddaughter, with the promise of returning with supplies and reinforcements. He is met not with the cheers of his fellow colonists, but with an eerie silence. The settlement is deserted. Buildings are abandoned. The once bustling colony is now a ghost town with no trace of the settlers who once called it home. There is no sign of life, save for a single chilling clue, the word Croatoan carved into a post. This cryptic message is the only hint left behind, sparking centuries of speculation and mystery. This is the story of Roanoke, the lost colony of the New World. A tale of hope, struggle, and an enduring mystery that has captivated historians and adventurers alike. What happened to the settlers of Roanoke? Did they assimilate with local tribes, fall victim to disease, or meet a more sinister fate? The answers remain elusive, but the legend of the lost colony continues to intrigue and inspire. The Roanoke colony was the brainchild of Sir Walter Raleigh, a favourite of Queen Elizabeth I. Raleigh, a man of vision and ambition, was captivated by the idea of expanding English influence across the Atlantic. He saw the New World as a land of untapped potential, a place where England could establish a foothold and challenge the might of the Spanish Empire. The Queen, equally intrigued by the prospects of new territories and wealth, granted Raleigh a charter to explore and colonize lands in North America. Raleigh envisioned a permanent English settlement in the New World, a base from which to challenge Spanish dominance and exploit the riches of this unexplored continent. The New World, with its vast and uncharted territories, promised not only wealth but also strategic advantages. Establishing a colony would provide England with a critical outpost for trade, military operations, and further exploration. Raleigh's dream was to create a thriving English community that would serve as a beacon of civilization in the wilderness. In 1585, he sent an expedition led by Sir Richard Grenville to establish a colony on Roanoke Island. Grenville, a seasoned sailor and soldier, was tasked with the formidable challenge of leading the first group of settlers. The journey across the Atlantic was perilous, fraught with storms and the constant threat of Spanish attacks. Yet the promise of new beginnings and the allure of adventure spurred the colonists forward. They arrived at Roanoke Island, a place of dense forests and untamed beauty, ready to carve out a new life. This first attempt proved short-lived, however, as the colonists, plagued by harsh conditions and conflict with Native Americans, returned to England with Sir Francis Drake in 1586. The settlers faced numerous challenges, from food shortages to disease, and their interactions with the local Native American tribes were often tense and hostile. Despite their best efforts, the harsh realities of life in the New World proved too much to bear. When Sir Francis Drake arrived with his fleet offering passage back to England, the weary colonists seized the opportunity to return home. Undeterred, Raleigh dispatched a second expedition in 1587, this time under the leadership of John White. White, an artist and mapmaker, had been part of the first expedition and was determined to succeed where others had failed. He gathered a new group of settlers, including families and skilled craftsmen, hoping that a more diverse and prepared community would thrive. The second expedition set sail with renewed hope and determination, ready to build a lasting settlement in the New World. This group, comprising 115 men, women and children, arrived on Roanoke Island in July 1587 and set about re-establishing the abandoned colony. They worked tirelessly to build homes, fortifications and cultivate the land. The settlers were optimistic, believing that their efforts would lay the foundation for a prosperous future. The presence of women and children added a sense of permanence and community, as they envisioned a thriving English society taking root in the New World. Among the colonists was White's own daughter, Eleanor Dare, and her newborn daughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. The birth of Virginia Dare was a symbol of hope and new beginnings, a testament to the colonists' determination to create a lasting legacy. The settlers celebrated this milestone, seeing it as a sign that their colony would endure and flourish. Eleanor Dare, like many others, held on to the dream of a better life for her family in this distant land. White, appointed governor of the colony, soon found himself sailing back to England for supplies, leaving behind his family and fellow colonists. The journey was necessary to secure the resources needed for the colony's survival. White promised to return quickly, bringing with him the provisions and reinforcements that would ensure the colony's success. His departure was filled with mixed emotions as he left behind his loved ones and the fledgling community they had worked so hard to establish. Little did he know that this departure would be his last for several years. The outbreak of war between England and Spain delayed his return as ships and resources were diverted to the conflict. The colonists at Roanoke were left to fend for themselves, facing an uncertain future. White's absence stretched on, and the fate of the colony became shrouded in mystery. The story of Roanoke would become one of the most enduring enigmas of early American history, a tale of hope, struggle, and the relentless pursuit of a dream. England's war with Spain delayed White's return to Roanoke. When he finally set sail for the colony in 1590, it was with a heavy heart, burdened by premonitions of what he might find. His worst fears were realized upon his arrival. The settlement was deserted, the houses dismantled, and the only clue to the colonists' fate was the word Croatoan, carved into a post of the fence that surrounded the village, and the letters CRO carved on a nearby tree. The Croatoan carving, discovered by White upon his arrival, offered a tantalizing but ultimately frustrating clue. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island, now known as Hatteras Island, and also the name of a Native American tribe that inhabited it. The tribe had at times been friendly with the colonists. White believed that the carving indicated that the colonists had relocated to Croatoan Island, perhaps seeking refuge or assistance from the native inhabitants. Over the centuries, numerous theories have emerged to explain the disappearance of the Roanoke colonists. These theories range from the plausible to the outlandish, each attempting to piece together the puzzle of what befell these early settlers. One enduring theory suggests that the Spanish, locked in a fierce rivalry with England for control of the New World, were responsible for the colonists' disappearance. Spain maintained a fort in St. Augustine, Florida, and may have seen the Roanoke colony as a threat. However, there is no direct evidence to support the theory of a Spanish attack on Roanoke, and it is unlikely that the Spanish would have left no trace of their involvement. Another theory posits that the colonists, faced with dwindling supplies and the harsh realities of life in the New World, succumbed to starvation, disease, or conflict with Native American tribes. Life in the late 16th century was brutal, and the challenges of establishing a colony in an unfamiliar land should not be underestimated. This theory, while bleak, is perhaps the most plausible, as it aligns with the known hardships faced by early colonists. In recent decades, archaeological excavations on Roanoke Island and surrounding areas have shed new light on the mystery of the lost colony. Archaeologists have uncovered artifacts and structures that provide valuable insights into the daily lives of the colonists. While no definitive answers have emerged, these discoveries continue to fuel speculation and research. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Established in 1587, the colony was intended to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World. However, when a supply ship returned 3 years later, the settlers had vanished without a trace. Despite centuries of speculation and investigation, the fate of the colonists remains unknown. Numerous theories have been proposed, ranging from integration with local Native American tribes to being wiped out by disease or starvation. Did they relocate to Croatoan Island? The word Croatoan was found carved into a post, suggesting they might have moved there, but no definitive evidence has ever been found. Were they victims of Spanish aggression or Native American hostility? The geopolitical tensions of the time make this a plausible scenario, yet no conclusive proof has surfaced. Or did they simply succumb to the harsh realities of life in the New World? The challenges of establishing a new colony in an unfamiliar and often hostile environment cannot be underestimated. The answers lost to time continue to intrigue and haunt us. Each new discovery, each new theory adds another layer to the enigma. It serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of mystery. The story of Roanoke is not just a historical puzzle. It is a testament to human curiosity and the relentless quest for understanding.